Hello and welcome to the Beginner's Guide to Warsim, and this is Champions. So Champions are a bit like Staff, to be fair, and which is why they put on the Staff and Champions screen. But you'll see in this kingdom, in this instance, I have 5 champions, a first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Now typically when you start the game you'll have 0, although there are ways you can start with 1 or 2. But champions are special named characters that you meet throughout the game. Most of the time you meet them, they're going to be randomly generated, but there are some that are pre-coded, like for example our friend Beep here. Now I'll show you just how easy it is to get a new champion by firing one. So we're just going to fire him, we won't execute him. Fuck it. So as we look at hiring a champion by going to an empty slot, we have a choice of 16 possible champions. And you can see them color-coded here, with the white being the strongest and the red being the weakest. But unfortunately that does also affect the cost, so it may be cost effective to hire someone that's not as valuable if you just want to fill the slot. So the best one is Zurg, the creator warrior veteran, but we can also do a number of other things. So for a start, we can invite a scout for a new set of champions, and here we see a number of different options where the cost depends on what kind of filter we want to apply. So we can do this all day for all we want, right, and just look through endless amounts of champions, but perhaps you only want ones that have a minimum of 125 battle score. And here we go. Now that it's looking a lot less red, a lot less grey. But let's do it again. And this time we want minimum 150. Okay, so it's very green. We didn't get any whites that time though, interestingly, so it does stick vaguely in that. And let's do most esteemed champions. Here we go. So here we go. We've got a couple of white ones that popped up here as well. So this is if you really, really want to take the cream of the crop and have a good pick. And you can go further and ask for the best champions around, right? So they're all white skilled, all 200 or above. And some are significantly better than others. So, you know, we've got one with a 200, one with 243, or 46 even, wow. So they're definitely worth looking at. However, we can avoid all of them. Oh, we got Vogue the Immortal there as well. Awesome. We don't even need to use that if we've got a Knight. So Knights are a very valuable unit to have. Not only are they good at fighting, they can recruit stuff. They're also good for diplomacy and other things. But one thing that they can be used for is cheap champions. So you've got a Knight. Well, great. Oh, that's the wrong option. Hang on. So we anoint a Knight. So we call forward one of our loyal knights. They're given a random name. In this case, he's Aaron the Lost Knight. He bows before me. Now, before he is turned into a champion, it's customary that he completes a trial. However, you make the choices. So it is pretty normal to do a trial. If you choose not to, there might be some public opinion loss. If you choose for him to do a trial, there's a chance that he dies or doesn't come back. And then you don't get to try this until next year. So you might not want to take the risk. But in this case, we're going to. Now, I'm going to ask him to find me an artifact, but what you can see here is that the trial you choose has a different effect. So one of them increases your public opinion, the other gets you money, and the final one actually increases the strength of the champion. And yeah, each of them, you know, different things happens, but we're going to send him out to find some something of value. Unfortunately, he came back. So he found us a gold nugget, a cursed gold nugget worth 25 gold, which he found in an ultimate city. So it's all proc gen. It's not a very good item, all things considered, but, you know, it is what it is. And now, once again, customary. It's customary for a small ceremony. Now, I typically don't do any ceremonies if the item they found wasn't worth the ceremony's cost, but in this case, we'll do it. If you do no ceremony, you do also lose public opinion. So champions have a lot of different uses. You can find out about their past, you can look at their stats at any time, and you can promote them. But they take slots in different sections of the world. So for example, if we find, let's take over a fortress, right? Have we got enough gold? No. Right, well, let me just quickly deal with these guys. Oh, you can also use your champions in battle, which is very good, but we'll cover that in a different video. So in this case, we've taken over a fortress. Now, we can't rule the fortress, but we can instate one of our heroes. In this case, we'll put Aaron the Lost Knight. So the effect they have depends on their total strength. So in this case, because we picked a very strong unit, or we got really lucky with him, he has a 350 person garrison capacity and will recruit 70 units per year. If we'd gone with one of those champions from that really good list, that number would be higher. There are lots of different ways to get champions in this world. There are lots of different ways to use them. Battle, in combat, in challenging arena champions. But it is always worth keeping at least a few champions that are good on your side. And one thing that should also be considered is that having a full stack of 5 champions can sometimes be a negative thing, because you get opportunities for really good champions that you can recruit. And obviously the slots are filled in that moment. Some of them you can come back for later, not always. So it's worth considering. But that has been a little bit of a delve into the champions of Warsim. If you've got any questions or anything you don't understand about them, our Discord is very active. However, if not, there are plenty of other places that you can leave comments about it, and me or someone else will get back to you. I'm definitely always there to help out. But thank you for watching. Happy Warsimming. Take care.